Spending versus savings. What I spend in a month as a 40-year-old living in Atlanta. Let's get right into it. I like to budget by categories, you guys. I do this every single week where I check in with my finances every single Sunday and just basically share with you what I spend in a week. And then at the end of the month, I kind of like just merge everything together and tell you exactly how much I spend in a month as a 40-year-old living in Atlanta. So my first budgeting category is the most important thing to me, and that is my savings. Up under my savings category is my emergency fund, my investments, and my retirement. So I budget $1,266.38 for my savings, but I ended up saving $1,524.57. And you may be wondering, like, oh wow, did you put more money into your saving? And the reason is because I forgot that I was paid 3 times this month. So that's the reason for the numbers. My savings are automatically taken out of my paycheck every single time that I'm paid. My personal savings or emergency fund, I have a set amount taken out of my paycheck every single time that I'm paid, which is $250 in order for me to meet the $6,500 goal at the end of the year. That's how much I have coming out of my paycheck every single time that I'm paid. But I just forgot that I was paid 3 times, and I forgot to add those numbers in the investment portion and inside of the retirement portion. So I didn't necessarily really save any extra money. I just forgot to calculate it in. The next category is my home category. Up under my home category is my house and utilities, life insurance, short-term disability, aftercare, and my phone bill. I budget $2,240.50. I ended up spending $2,186.18, which I'm super excited about. I love when I stay up under my budget when it comes to my house, because if all else fail, these are the bills that I know that has to be done. Now, I may could go without the phone bill or whatever, but the other stuff I know I gotta have, and I love just when I'm up under budget in that category. The next category is transportation. And inside of the transportation is only gas for this month. And I budget $240 for gas. And I ended up spending $224.87. So another up under the budget category, which I am super excited about. It's always exciting when you're able to save a little bit of money in certain categories. The next category is food. And up under the food category is just anything that I eat. Anything that is edible. I don't care if it's a vending machine purchase. I don't care if it's going in the gas station and getting an iced coffee, because I typically like to do that. And I also typically like to get me a smoothie bowl, which I budget $250 for food. And your girl ended up spending $330.53. Now, I was doing so good throughout the month because I was staying on task. I was looking at my spreadsheet and seeing how much money I had left. And it seems like this last week, it just went down. It just went down. Your girl was just spending money. She was going to McDonald's like she just had got a bag. And she do not got a bag. But I gotta definitely stick with the budget when it comes next month, because going over almost $100, and my goal is to pay off debt this year and to, still rebuild my savings. I cannot really be going over in these categories that much. A couple of dollars, $5, $10, yeah, maybe, but almost $100. We're gonna have to monitor that really close come next month. The next category is subscriptions. Now, I budget $61.98, but I ended up spending $78.30. And as I mentioned on one of my What I Spend in a Week videos, somehow the Amazon Prime membership is actually coming out of my personal account when it was supposed to be coming out of the content creator fund, because I use the purchases I get from Amazon. I create videos on them, and I, just create content around them. So that is a business expense to me. And one time I didn't have enough money in my content creator fund, and it actually took money from the secondary card that I had on file, which is the card that, is linked to my personal banking account. So I thought that, okay, maybe that just was a one-time transaction. But I guess once it takes money from your account when you didn't have money in that other one, it just gonna continue on taking money from there. So I've already switched it back, so I shouldn't have any issues come February with Amazon Prime taking money out of my personal account. The next category is debt. Now I have a Capital One Quicksilver card, Capital One Saver card, a Discover card, Merit credit card, a Navy Federal credit card, and then a collections account. Now the Capital One Quicksilver card was my goal to pay off this month, and I absolutely did that. So I did meet my goal on that. However, instead of me paying the minimum payment of $34 to pay it off, I had to pay $892.12. Now, I told myself when I make that money back from creating content throughout the month or whatever I get paid from creating content, I'm going to put that money back into my savings account. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I've already went over the $892.12 amount from what I actually got paid. I've already taken out the taxes and stuff like that. I'm not going to be able to give myself hardly any money or whatever from this month from creating content, but I'm super excited to be able to put back that $892.12 so that I can stay on track with the goal that I have in mind come December 2025. So I want to be able to stay on track when it comes to my savings goal because I want to get this emergency fund up. And if I can get it up, then I can put more money towards debt come 2026 so I can focus on my student loans. Because 2026, spoiler alert, we're going to be paying these student loans off. But right now, this year, we're focusing on the credit cards. So this month, I budget $575.77 on credit card debt, but I ended up spending $1,193.37 on credit card debt because I did end up paying that Capital One Quicksilver credit card off. Now, the last category is like my miscellaneous, everything else, and I only budgeted for fun and hair, and that totals up to $300. But your girl, I guess I just got money like that. I guess I just think that money grows on trees and that I don't have goals and plans and debt and all these things that I plan on doing or need to use this money for because your girl budgeted $300 for everything else, which was fun and hair. But I ended up spending $954.43. And majority of that came from, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, when I had company came over, like I said before, I went and go get like towels, new rags and a new comforter set, because my son, the room that she slept in is my son's room. And of course he has kitty stuff. He's a boy. He has the Ninja Turtle stuff and stuff like that. And my boyfriend, he was like, she's not going to want to use like no Ninja Turtle stuff or sleep on Ninja Turtle stuff. So I went out and got like a comforter set, the bed and stuff, the bathroom things and stuff like that. So I ended up spending maybe like over $100 and something, maybe almost $200 for that. Also with the house knick-knack stuff, picking it up. Also, what else I got? Like Amazon purchases when I got the things for the house. What do you call it? Like so the water line won't freeze up. I got some stuff like that. What else I actually bought? The things like Bluehost actually took money out for the web hosting that I did not know about, but I gotta set an alarm in my phone to kind of like remind me that every January your website is gonna update, so that way I won't get any surprises because $181 just off Bluehost, that was a lot of money. What else I actually spent money on? Oh, I also went ahead and gave my boyfriend his birthday gift early. So the month of February or on out, I don't have any more birthdays coming up except for my son, and that's in June. So they kind of like give me a break a little bit to kind of like really focus on paying off my debt. So that's pretty much it on how I went over the $300 budget by $600. Boyfriend got $250. The Bluehost was like $181. I ended up spending like almost $200 or maybe even $200 on the bed and stuff in my son's room and just little knickknacks I picked up around the house. So my total spent for the month of January as a 40-year-old living in Atlanta is $6,492.25, which blows my mind. I am just like screaming on the inside like, girl, had you just spent $4,000, you would have had $2,000 or $2,400 left to the side to go in your savings or towards a debt or something like that. But I did save $1,500, so it's not technically spending $6,000, but it just reading that number off, it just brings me so much anxiety because I know that I could be saving so much more if I did not have any debt, if I did not, you know, buy all of these things in the everything else category and things like that. But that's all for this video. If you are interested in the budget workbook, I will link it down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.